Hi, this is a job interview for BUAD 5310. I'm Jorge Chamon. I'm interviewing for the position of Chief Information Officer for Julia Enterprises. Julia Enterprises is a small entrepreneurial company with about 50 employees that is very famous in Houston, Texas, but plans to expand to all 50 states and also overseas. She's Julia Chamon, founder, president, and CEO. She's going to be interviewing me for this position.
Hi, George. Welcome to Julia Enterprises. I am Julia, founder and CEO. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Julia. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me for this interview.
Our interview today is for the open position of Chief Information Officer for Julia Enterprises, reporting directly to me. The CIO will oversee all of our technological needs, and it will bring efficiency to our process of operations, from the acquisition of materials from our suppliers to the collection of payment from our customers.
Sounds very interesting, Julia. I can also help you with your financial and accounting applications and taxes.
Well, that sounds very good. We're a very small entrepreneurial company. We have about 50 employees. Our baked goods are well recognized throughout the regions of Texas for their quality and taste.
Yeah, I understand that Julia Enterprises plans to expand to all 50 states and also overseas to Brazil. And I think a good information and communications technology strategy can help you with this expansion, connecting your employees, suppliers, and customers with email, instant messaging, help you manage your inventory for all branch offices, do a customer relationship management to better manage your customers, and also the financial and accounting applications, taxes. I think I can really help you on this expansion plan, Julia.
Well, that's very good because inventory management, cost controls, quick decision making, they all enable us to be very efficient in our expansion plans, and to have those specific expansion plans, a good technological enabler is required.
It is, and it will all be done in a secure way using world-class cloud systems from very reputable vendors like VMware, Amazon Web Services, IBM. And you have a very small number of dedicated IT employees to run your IT operations.
That's very important for me as a founder and head of this company, because I would rather keep the number of employees dedicated to IT to a minimum. It's a support function, and for the business, I don't really want my business to be running IT. I would rather IT run my business.
I do understand your concerns, Julia. IT is a support function. Julia Enterprises is not in the business of information technology. Information technology is here to support Julia Enterprises. By leveraging the latest and greatest technologies, we will be able to keep the number of employees to the barely minimum. I myself have no plans to build an empire over IT. IT is a support function, and I want it to be done in the most practical and economical way, most efficient, most effective way. Keeping the number of employees to the barely minimum, using technology to allow us to keep this number to the barely minimum.
Right. Well, George, I would like to know a little bit more about you as an employee, as a person. So would you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm originally from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I speak fluent Portuguese. I think this can help Julia Enterprises in its plans to expand to Brazil. I've been living in America for 26 years, so I also speak fluent English. I got my master's and doctorate degrees in electrical engineering, computer science from Texas Tech University. I'm halfway in my MBA degree at Sam Houston State University. So I'm basically integrating the technical and business side of things. And I think that can prove to be an asset to Julia Enterprises.
All right. Well, I don't know how the structure at your current job is, but when you're working for a startup company, it will be very, very different from your current responsibilities in a large oil company. You will need to work most likely more often. You will need to work in several different areas. Would that be an issue?
No, Julia, it won't be an issue for me to work for an entrepreneurial company. I understand that the roles in here are going to be much more flexible than I currently have. I have to wear many hats. I understand about the longer hours. I also understand about the travel that will be required because of your expansion plans to all 50 states and internationally to Brazil. I'm very comfortable handling multiple projects and multiple tasks simultaneously.
So multitasking wouldn't be an issue. That's what I'm understanding.
No, multitasking will definitely not be an issue.
That's very good because our position requires, as you said, a significant amount of travel, not only to the multiple stores and to the multiple new openings that we would have in the different states, but to the regional offices as well.
I understand the traveling requirements, Julia, to the regional offices, to all 50 states, and even international travel through Brazil. I'm totally comfortable with it. That's something that I do expect to come with this position. Like I said, I'm totally comfortable with it. I think in time we can leverage information and communications technology and basically do web conferences and reduce the number of travel. That will also create savings for Julia Enterprises. You don't have to have people traveling all the time. The technology will allow you to save the travel expenses. Pretty much like you do with Skype today, but in a bigger scale, integrating all your field offices.
All right. Well, why I understand that you have come here to apply as our CIO, and I'm very curious as to why you are considering leaving your current job.
I'm looking for an opportunity where I can grow with the company. And I think Julia Enterprises is the perfect place for me to grow. To all 50 states, internationally, there is a very hot opportunity for me. In my current place, I do one thing. That's how I do. I would like to be able to take bigger challenges, to integrate different functions, do more. I feel that I can do considerably more. I've done those in the past. You can see from my resume in smaller entrepreneurial companies, and I look forward to doing it again. I believe I can really contribute to Julia Enterprises in its growing plans.
Well, besides your current situation in your job, what interests you in working for Julia Enterprises? Is it the use of technology?
Yes, the use of technology plays a major role in my decision to want to work for you. Because you're a small growing company, we can use the latest and greatest technology at a very reasonable price. You don't have any legacy systems that need to be replaced. Like in my current job at MBS Solutions, we have a very large system that needs to be replaced. So that costs time and money and training of people. At Julia Enterprises, we can do it right from the start.
That would be correct because our employee number is significantly lower. Besides being able to work with the newest technology while spending little money for it, as you said, what else in Julia Enterprises interests you as a supporter of the company?
The chance to implement supply chain management, inventory control, the chance to be able to have tax programs, automate things for Julia Enterprises, make it more efficient, make it save money, make it enable it to reach its goal objectives.
And you believe that as an employee you would benefit, you would be a very important asset into helping us reach our goals.
I do believe, Julia, that my experience, education, and certification can be a valuable asset to Julia Enterprises in its growth strategy. We can use the correct technology. We can use in an effective and efficient way. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We're going to use the best practices in the industry. So Julia Enterprises will be able to hit the ground running on the technological side right away.
Well, that's a very interesting concept. Thank you, George. I appreciate the opportunity of speaking with you. It was a pleasure interviewing you. Once all of our candidates have been interviewed and once we have gone through all of the selected candidates, I will contact everyone in regards to the next step of the process. We plan to move very quickly in bringing the chosen candidate on board. We plan to immediately put them to work. We plan to integrate them into our system right away. So thank you again for your interest in Julia Enterprises.
It was my pleasure, Julia. I sure hope to hear from you very soon on it. I'm very interested about coming to work for you and help Julia Enterprises get to the next level.
Well, thank you, George.
Thank you very much, Julia. Pleasure seeing you.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.